Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. We're going to start our day off right by doing a nice, lovely morning yoga practice. So it's going to be short and sweet, and I hope that you feel refreshed and ready to take on the day afterwards. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do, and let's get started, you guys. So we'll begin by finding a comfortable seated position. So whatever that looks like for you, you can make your way there. And then just taking your hands and resting them on your knees or maybe in your lap. And we're just going to let the eyes close for the first few moments of this practice. And I just want you to let your chin fall all the way down towards your collarbone. Letting your head be nice and heavy. Starting to feel your breath. Relaxing through your shoulders. And then letting your head start to roll over to the right side, that right shoulder. And feeling the length of the side of the neck. And then starting to let the chin come back down towards the collarbone. And let your head roll over to the other side. And then bringing your chin all the way back down to your collarbone. With an inhale, start to lift your head and your chin back up. So you can keep your chin in a neutral place, or you can keep lifting the chin up towards the ceiling, but be nice and gentle. Only go as far as feels good for you. Maybe you can feel a nice stretch to the front of the neck. And then slowly start to bring your chin and your head back down. We're just going to draw the shoulders up to the ears, rolling them all the way back and down. You can start to flutter your eyes open. Coming forward onto your hands and knees for tabletop position. So spreading your fingers nice and wide. Bring your knees in so they're under your hips, and we're just going to tuck our toes. We're going to warm up our body right off from the start here with a nice little hover. So you're just going to pick your knees up just ever so slightly from the mat. Feeling this all through your quads. Start to draw your belly button back towards your spine. Good morning, you guys. Just waking up the body. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Lower your knees down onto the mat and start to reach your hands and your arms all the way out in front for a nice puppy dog stretch. So dropping your forehead and your chest as you keep your hips nice and high. Feeling the length through the arms, getting into those shoulders. And just staying for another breath here. And using an inhale to lift your chest back up. Walk your hands in underneath your shoulders. We're going to tuck our toes under and pop them up into downward facing dog. So a few breaths here just to continue to wake up the body. So feel free to take your dog for a little walk. You can pedal your feet, finding that breath. And then with your next inhale, start to look forward and exhale. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. So bringing your feet together here. We're just going to bend our knees and give ourselves a nice big hug. So hang on to the back of your knees. Maybe you can actually grab onto your elbows or just clasp your hands together. But giving yourself a nice big hug. Let your head be extra heavy, and then maybe you can start to find the length in the legs. But again, don't go too far. We're just waking up, so finding what feels best for you. You could rock your hips from side to side a little bit, or just stay still, but just folding forward here. And just staying for another breath. And then releasing your hands back towards your mat. We're just going to walk our feet all the way back into a plank and then slowly lower ourselves down onto our tummies. So we're just going to bring our feet out about mat width apart. Hands are going to stay under the shoulders. We're coming into a cobra. So as you inhale, lift your chest up, roll your shoulders back and down. So you can squeeze your elbows into your sides here. You can stay low, or maybe you want to lift your chest a little bit higher, but letting your hips just melt into the mat. Let your legs relax. If you're squeezing your glutes, just soften them, pulling the shoulders back away from the ears. Finding your breath. We're going to stay for another inhale. And exhale, lower your chest down. And inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, lift it back up. One more. Exhale to lower. And inhale to lift. Squeeze the elbows into the sides. Settle into your Cobra for just a little bit longer. We're going to turn our chin over the right shoulder. So just turn your chin as far as it wants to go. And then bring that chin all the way over the left shoulder. And then bringing your head back to center. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lower yourself all the way down. Slide your legs back together. Push yourself up onto your hands and knees. Find that tabletop position. Tuck your toes underneath and come for that little hover of those knees. Just above the mat. I think it's harder the closer to the mat that you are, but who knows? I'm not sure. Breathe. Awesome work. You guys have one more inhale here. And exhale. Release your knees onto the mat. Relax. We're going to bring our right foot up and out to the side. So it's going to come to the edge of the mat. And then you're going to sink your hips forward for lizard. So you can stagger your back knee further back if you'd like. Hands to the inside of that foot. I like to turn my toes out to the corner a little bit. And then if you'd like to take a little rock from side to side, you could rock those hips. But just let the hips just come down towards the mat as low as they want to go. And then taking your chest, shine your chest to the front of the room. Look forward as you lower those hips. And then you can stay here, you guys, just a little bit longer, or tuck your back toes under and maybe lift that back knee off the mat, just waking up the legs even more. Still shining the chest forward. So if you've got your knee up in the air, very gracefully, bring it back down. We're going to start to heel toe that foot to the center of the mat and then sinking the hips forward and down for a nice lunge. So sticking with those hips. You can bring your hands to the mat or you can have them up on your knee. You can even reach up for the ceiling, but sinking those hips down and forward. If you would like to wake up the legs again, maybe tuck the back toes and lift the knee off the mat. Sinking low into those hips though, soften through the shoulders, wake up the fingertips, breathe. So strong, you guys, awesome work. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bring your hands down, drop your back knee, slide that front foot back in. Take a second if you need to. We're going to bring that left foot forward. So to outside of that foot or hand, outside the hands, to the edge of the mat. Lizard pose. So set up your lizard, knees out to the side. I like to turn my toes out a little bit. And then maybe you want to add those little rocks, maybe not. Just feeling your breath. And don't forget to try to shine the chest to the front of the room. Getting into those hips. Awesome work, you guys. So feel free to pick up that back knee if you did so on the other side. Waking up those legs. Keeping those hips nice and low. Staying for another breath. And then slowly bringing your knee down onto the mat, heel toeing that front foot to the center, sinking into the lunge. So sinking those hips forward and then adding your arms, deciding if you want them on the floor, your knee, or up in the air. And then feel free to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off the mat, crescent lunge. Wherever you're at, just find your breath. Settle in. Awesome work, you guys. One more inhale. And And exhale to bring it down. Drop your back knee, sliding that front foot back. Spread the knees nice and wide and bring the big toes to touch, sitting back onto the heels, reaching your arms forward and lowering your forehead to the mat. So instead of relaxing through the arms here, I want you guys to push into your hands so much that your forearms, your elbows lift off of the mat. So you're just pushing into your hands, and maybe that will send your hips back towards your heels. Maybe not, but just bringing length, staying active through those arms, and just relaxing everything else. Nice job, you guys. Stay for one more full breath. And with an inhale, you can start to walk your hands in. We're going to just find a comfy seated position. So cross-legged or on your knees, whatever you prefer. And then bringing your hands to the floor beside you. You can close your eyes if you would like. Taking an inhale, reach your arms out really wide. Spread your fingertips even wider. Lifting your chin as your palms come together. Exhale your hands through heart center. Awesome work this morning, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have an amazing week. I'll see you soon. Namaste.